Today I'm going to give you guys 2 simple tips, and if you follow these 2 tips, you'll be able to kill any exam that comes your way. But before I get to these 2 simple tips, there's a really important question that we need to address. And this question is, what do tests measure? And if you ask the average university student roaming around on campus this question, the answers that you'll get were pretty much unanimous. And the answer is, tests measure what I know. They measure my understanding of the material that's been taught in class. And actually, this answer is incorrect. Tests actually measure your performance, not what you know. And having this understanding and the proper answer to this question will affect how you prepare for exams and ultimately the grades that you get on these exams. And the reason why it's important to answer this question and to actually have the correct answer to this question is it will detrimentally impact your grades and how you study if you have the wrong answer to this question. So for the average student who thinks that tests measure what you know, they'll spend most of their time studying in a way where they spend most of it understanding the material that's been given in class. So most of their time will be dedicated to, understanding the concepts and, reviewing and making sure that they correctly understand all of the material that's being given. But if you notice, there's a very common issue that happens with most students, and this is due to a lack of practice, which is the second tip that I was going to give you guys today to help you prepare for your exams. So the first tip that you guys need to understand is you are supposed to understand and comprehend the material that you've been given. But the second tip that most people don't take into consideration is practice. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, tests measure your performance, right? Your performance is based on the application of what you've understood. So if you don't practice this whole application part of what you've understood, you're not preparing for a test, because a test is measuring this, application of what you know. It's not measuring what you actually know. So you can see how, you're not preparing yourself properly for an exam if you're spending all of your time just studying and making sure you understand what you're doing. The whole term of studying is actually a very vague term. When you study, you need to explain what it means to study, right? So the 2 steps that you guys always need to make sure you do is, yes, make sure you understand the material, but secondly, allocate time for you to practice the material. I'll give you examples of, students who haven't taken into consideration actually practicing the homework they've been assigned. So for a science student, you guys are regularly assigned problems and questions to solve in class, and you can expect the same thing to be asked on your exams. A lot of students will actually recognize a question on their exam that was in one of the homework questions that had been assigned before. And when it comes to the exam, they'll actually think like, I've actually seen this question before, but I don't know how to do it anymore. And the reason for this is not due to a lack of understanding. I'm pretty sure they understood the concepts, and if they were given enough time, they would eventually figure out the question. But due to the time restrictions and the nature of exams in university, you need to be able to think on the spot and have, be able to recall information quickly, and you don't have an hour to spend trying to figure out a question. That's what time outside of class doing homework is meant for. And for those of you guys who are in social sciences, you'll have long essay questions, a million multiple choice questions. Like, you don't have time to waste on an exam, and you need to be able to recall information quickly. So the recipe to success when it comes to exams are 2 things. Understand your material and make sure you practice it. Allocate time to both things, and make sure one extra tip that most people I don't think they really understand it is, respect your attention span. Break off your studying into small chunks so that they're small and productive, right? Don't make yourself study for 3 hours, because you're probably not going to retain what you've read for those 3 hours. Give yourself breaks, study for 20 minutes, take a break, come back, study for another 20 minutes. Just make sure you come back after you take a break, because I tend to just get distracted and I don't come back. But as long as your study breaks are short and productive, you will get through the material very quickly. So I hope this advice helps. Good luck to you guys on your exams in university, and for those of you who are still in high school, I wish you all the best. Implement these 2 tips and I guarantee you it will change your grades. I'd just like to say thank you guys for watching, and I've actually wanted to announce an event that's actually coming up on June 14th at the University of Windsor, which is where I'm making this video. There's going to be an event titled Which Way is Up. It's going to contain a lot of really useful and blunt information, things you really need to know, and practical advice that's useful and applicable to your lives. It'll be taking place here at the University of Windsor on June 14th at 5:30 p.m. The event details are listed in another video titled Which Way is Up, so make sure you go see that video for more information. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys there.